What's up guys, today we're going to be going over a mod I somehow managed to completely forget about and not show off in any of my videos so far, and now that I've rediscovered it for myself, it's pretty much a must-use mod in GM Nightfalls and Nightfalls in general, and that will be the artifact mod right here called Counter Charge. Become charged with light whenever you or a member of your fire team staggers or disrupts a champion or pierces a champion's barrier. So pretty much anytime you take on a champion or one of your teammates takes on a champion, you'll become charged with light, which is going to be very effective in Nightfalls in general, especially GMs with champions pretty much around every single corner. And there's going to be one combo with this mod that's going to be very important. Obviously, you can pair this with any charge with light build and it'll help it out a lot. But the one that changes everything is the fact that in most Nightfalls, you want to use 1 Divinity plus 2 Izanagi's Burden, and that's going to be the most efficient way to kill all champions in the game. But the thing is, this combo only one-shots champions if you're on the light level or maybe like 5 under. Definitely not 25 like the GM. So in a 1050 or 1080, as you see right here, I can easily just shoot at a champion with Divinity. My 2 teammates will shoot with Izanagi's and it'll easily one-hit the champions, which means we pretty much don't need anti-barrier rounds or anything like that. And this combo works for all 3 of the champions extremely well. But when you take this combo into GM Nightfalls, as you'll see right here, the champion pretty much has a 1/3 health left, which is not good. You have to either shoot a 1/3 Izanagi shot, which means your div user has to be pretty much exposed for a very long time, which is not good in GMs. And on top of that, you're going to be using another shot of Izanagi's Burden, which means your ammo economy will be very bad over the entire run. And pretty much the only other option is both of you shoot 1 Izanagi's, then change over to your heavy weapon and finish off the last 1/3 that way, which once again isn't good for your ammo economy. And that is where Counter Charge comes into play. Pretty much whenever we take on any champion, we'll be guaranteed charged with light, which means we can then use high energy fire, which is going to be a buff while charged with light. But then every single time you kill a combatant, you'll lose 1 stack of charge with light. And pretty much how this mod works is without it, we hit 13,471 on this night. Now we go and get charged with light. We now hit 16,165, which is going to be a 20% increase. So pretty much the same as standing in an Empyrean Rift. And the reason I usually don't recommend this for GMs in the first place, because of the fact that as you get kills, you'll lose stacks of charge with light, which makes it very hard to actually have this buff when you need it on the champion. But now with Counter Charge, the second we take on a champion, we'll all become charged with light, which means we'll have that high energy fire right when we need it and get that 20% more damage. And as you see, it leaves the champion at like 5% health, which means all we have to do is pull out our primary or machine gun or whatever you have and shoot a few shots, still under that 20% buff, and quickly finish it off. And obviously in this example, I'm doing it very slow, and I'm just trying to show off the sniper damage first, then finish off the remaining health with my AR. In reality, you shoot, then instantly swap to your AR, and pretty much instantly kill the champion. So that mod is obviously extremely good for that combo alone, that way you have 20% more damage on every single champion. But for this week, I'm using Izanagi's Gnawing Hunger because it's void and there's a bunch of void shields, and also when to go to blind stuff, I'm using Well. Then for my mods, I have Counter Charge and Taking Charge, that way I can become charged with light on orbs, and also every single time we do something to a champion. Then I also have stacks on stacks, that way any time of those previous 2 mods work, I get 2 stacks of charge with light. Then I have Protective Light, which means 50% damage reduction when we become red bar. Then also I have High Energy Fire, as we showed off, for that 20% damage to champions, and also just adds in general. And finally, the last mod I'm using is Reactive Pulse, which means that burst of arc energy when we're surrounded by enemies and take damage. You could also use Taken Armaments this week and help out with your heavy ammo economy. But overall, no matter what you're doing, High Energy Fire plus Counter Charge is a game changer for GMs. Pretty much allows you to spawn kill all the champions just as if you're doing a 1080, which is extremely good. It makes it so you don't have to expose yourself for that long when you take on a champion. And for this strike where there's a bunch of snipers, if you expose yourself for like more than a second, you're probably gonna get sniped in 1 hit. So this combo makes this week a lot easier. So yeah, I don't know how I managed to overlook this mod, but once I found it again in the artifact and realized my mistake, this is pretty much a must-use mod for Nightfalls in general, especially GMs. The fact that we can have high energy fire on every single champion is just amazing. Then on top of that, if you run stacks on stacks, you'll have 1 stack left over if you get the final blow. If not, you'll have 2, which means you then have Protective Light, Reactive Pulse, or whatever you want with the remaining charges. So yeah, overall this mod just completely changes the way I'll play GMs this season and make them a lot easier. Anyways, thanks for watching. Catch you guys next time.